I will move to Switzerland, I have the B permit, and I want to know how much net I will have in the canton where I live. And we will show you today that is very important in which canton you live, because depending to the taxation of the canton, you can have less salary, more salary, or whatever, and we look through all important cantons. So if you're interested about this, stay tuned. Let's go. Hello and welcome to our new video today with Masi and Kevin. Hi, how are you?
Hi, Yanis. I'm fine, thanks.
Perfect. So I think it's a very important topic today because we want to know how much salary I will have on my bank account transferred from the company. No, it's the most important thing, yeah?
It's that, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
And it's not important where you are working, in which area or which canton, it's important where you are living, because depending where you are living, you are paying your taxation. So which taxation we're talking, which permit, maybe some feedback about this. Let's start.
So with a B permit, it's quite easy. You have a monthly taxation and it just matters, as you told, like in which canton you live. So basically, no matter in which village, the canton has the same taxation and it's just monthly paid and you don't need to do a tax declaration depending on your salary level.
Yeah, exactly. This
yeah.
would be very important. We will look at the end of the video, because it could be that you are paying the tax that you are talking about pro canton, but it's possible depending. If you are earning more than, for example, 120,000, then you need to make a tax declaration, and then it's not important anymore with this tax, but another tax. So stay tuned until the end of the video. If you like this kind of content with these two guys, give a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. So maybe let's start. For example, you said about the B permit, how is the taxation, but there are some big differences in the cantons, really?
With the B permit?
Yeah, the taxation of the different cantons.
It depends which canton you are,
Yeah.
right? So let's say you're in Zurich, or let's compare Bern to Zurich, it's a difference there. So this is something important. You have to look into the system. We have it in Loan Computer.
Yeah.
You will see directly what it will be costing. So every canton has a different pricing. So
And it's quite different?
yeah,
so
yeah,
heavy,
yes,
really?
Definitely.
yes,
Wow.
for sure.
Okay, so we will go through. So maybe let's start with Zurich. We jump directly into it because we don't need to waste time. We want to know, for example, we put the information. So you have 8,000 monthly salary multiplied by 30. Then you are 40 years old. We put church member no. You are single, no children, and you are living in the canton of Zurich.
Yes.
Zurich is quite attractive in tax, and we will see, but it's not the best canton for the taxation.
Sure.
So for Zurich, for 8,000 Swiss francs, that means deducted the social charges and the taxes, your net salary that you receive on your bank account is 6,134. And when I see this figure, and I'm coming from Switzerland, I'm living in a dream, no?
It's quite nice.
Yeah, it's perfect actually.
And like the taxes are just a small part
Yeah.
of the deductions. So
Yeah.
the other things are like the social security system,
Correct.
which is good in
Yeah.
Switzerland. So it helps you whenever you have anything or to save money for the future. But if you scroll down, you just see the small part is just the taxes. So it's 728 francs.
The withholding taxes. Huh?
Yeah, the withholding taxes.
So less than 10% for this salary.
Yeah,
Wow,
less than 10%.
this is incredible, no? And we are, of course, in Canton Zurich. We will see in other cantons it's quite heavy. But let's see, maybe from the different social charges that are deducted. If you want to have more information about the gross net at every little position, then you can click on this button here, and we go through the gross net calculation. But today is more important to know that there are big differences in which canton you are when you are living. And here you see all the deduction and the taxes for Canton Zurich is 23%. 23%.
That's very nice.
Everything included.
And
Huh?
especially you're in Zurich, you have a good life quality.
Yeah.
I mean, like you're close to everything, I feel like, and it's great. I mean, like this is pretty fair, I feel like.
Yeah, absolutely. So 6,100, it's a great salary. Even you have an apartment of 2,000 for a single, you have still 4,000 free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is amazing for
that's
your
nice.
lifestyle. No?
You can save up. You
You can save a
up
lot.
very well, yeah.
So let's jump to another canton. Give me one canton. Come
I
on.
feel like let's compare this maybe to Zug.
Zug.
Because then you see the difference.
You want to go directly to the cheapest one?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, the cheapest canton. Say 6,134 in Zurich. We jump to Zug, but you need to live there, not to work there. Here you have 6,500. Masi.
Yeah.
Almost 400 more.
Yeah, it's the lowest tax area in whole Switzerland, Zug.
Yeah.
And there you see the result. And if you scroll down, I think like the taxes are around 300 francs.
Yeah, it's
360 francs on like 8,000 francs of salary.
Wow.
So not even 5%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
That's amazing. But we say the rental prices are a bit higher than in Zurich.
Yes,
Yeah.
true.
And it like makes of course sense to live there if you have like a high salary, and the taxation benefit is like so big that it makes sense to pay like a lot more for the rental. For an apartment, then of course it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But can we say in whole Switzerland, if the taxes are low, then the apartments are higher? I would not confirm this.
not
I hear
always.
this quite often, but it's not like this. For example, Geneva, the taxation we will see is quite high, but the apartments are higher than in
expensive
Zurich,
as
no?
well. Yeah.
So
You cannot say like it's not always like that.
yeah.
Yeah, true.
Okay, so Zug, very attractive. Then I heard about Schweiz or Schwyz, how it's called? Schwyz.
Schwyz.
What is about this?
Schwyz, central Switzerland.
Yeah.
It's also quite good.
6,341, yeah.
I think
Great
it's
also.
after Zug, it's the second
Yeah.
cheapest.
Cheapest there.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful place. My first place when I came to Switzerland was Schwyz.
Okay.
I can recommend it to a lot of people. That means like it's a quiet place, it's a nice place, and I think the life quality. I think it's better than in Zug, because Zug is for, I say,
More
for
working,
business people. You know, it's
yeah.
like more for this. But Schwyz has a culture of a little bit everything.
Yeah.
But what is the city of Schwyz? Altdorf,
Bamberg,
no?
yeah.
This one, no?
Yes, and you have where I lived, and people should visit it. It's Gersau. It's a very beautiful place to live. It's a small village, but it's very nice and quite
Definitely.
Okay, you give me arguments about the life quality, but I think it was still because of the taxation, no?
And also because of
Yeah,
taxation.
okay, so let's be clear in this.
But-
Expats who are living in Schwyz or Zug could be because of the work, of course, that they are near the work, but of course, for
Let's
sure,
go
because
down
of
real quick.
taxation. Yeah.
What you guys think? What it's gonna be? Like what's the withholding tax there? If it will.
520.
Yeah, 520. Yeah.
I saw it.
No, we saw it. Yeah.
Okay.
But still 520 as well here, a bit
Yeah.
more than 5%, yes, but this is completely
okay, yeah.
incredible. no?
Yes.
So let's jump to another canton, because I think a lot of people go to Basel because Basel is the city of the pharma. Yeah? So let's check the Basel city. City of Basel, 5.8. So you have almost 300 less than in Zurich, and less I don't like because it's less net. You know?
Yeah.
But
It's
don't forget, their apartments are much cheaper than in Zurich.
Okay, let's see this example. 300 less than in Zurich? Yes, in this example, I think yes.
I
no?
would say
Yes.
But another thing is the health insurance,
It's
because that's the only thing that we need to charge as well, or we need to pay as well, like from the net. And it always depends where you live, like we explained it in another video. And for example, Basel City has the highest premium area for the health insurances.
Yes.
So there it starts from maybe, for young people it's like 285, but for us it's like about 400 francs it
Yes,
starts.
yes.
Wow. Okay.
So even the health insurance is quite expensive.
But only the basic. The basic.
just the
is-
basic,
I
yeah.
think the
So-
basics are.
That's why I never recommend to move to Basel City. So just move to Basel Land.
Yeah.
It's just like 10 minutes with the car to the city center, but you have a lower taxes, you have a lower health insurance premium, and you're still near. Like Basel City is just one small thing. So
yeah.
it makes sense to live a bit outside because you save a lot of money.
Okay, so I resume. The most important thing is, of course, the net depending to the taxes. Then you say the health insurance depending where I live, and the rent. So these three things you need to look a bit to combine.
Yes,
Huh? If it's lucky, because you said Basel Land, yes. Aargau is also very attractive.
Yeah, for
and
example.
if you're in Basel Land, you have really low rents also, huh? Because
Yes,
you are
yes.
really in somewhere nowhere. Huh?
Somewhere out nowhere.
Okay, so Basel City. Okay, red flag you told me, huh?
Red flag.
So let's jump to Aargau, because Aargau is also a canton where a lot of people like to live, and yes, it's more attractive than Basel. The rent, I think, okay, huh? And 6,000 you receive here net on your bank account, deducting, of course, the health insurance that will add. But it's amazing. When I see these figures, really,
I think rentals are in Aargau pretty cheap.
Yeah, you can get
find really
yeah.
nice things. Yeah, absolutely.
definitely.
Yeah, and I was doing a video about one city in Aargau, Rheinfelden. I'm a big fan of Rheinfelden, but don't go to the Rheinfelden in Germany because this is not a place to be. But in the Swiss side, Rheinfelden, nice all the location, really beautiful. You can have a look on the city or visit because it's very nice. So let's go to another canton.
Geneva, maybe.
Geneva, yes, let's go to Geneva. All the people who talk English or in French area, look at this, 5,600. You have 1,000 less, almost 1,000 less than in Zug. And in Geneva, I don't tell you the price of the rent. Huh?
Yeah,
It's pretty expensive.
But why? Why is like this?
it's popular.
Yeah.
Geneva is quite popular because you have so many like French-speaking population, which is so big, which goes to Geneva or lives in Geneva.
Yeah.
Rich people.
And rich people who have like big companies as well,
Yeah.
like headquarters
Institutions
of banks,
also, huh?
yeah,
Institutions.
washes, and that's why it's quite popular. And yeah, but I cannot.
I think it's like a brand. It's like a name. Geneva has
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah.
This. Yeah. It
Yeah.
has this style and this stuff.
It's true, yeah.
Like-
Maybe, I don't know if it was right, but I know Geneva, why rich people live in Geneva, because sometimes when you have really high salary, you can have like a agreement with the cantons. This exists
For the
also,
tax.
no,
Yeah.
for the taxation.
Yeah.
Huh? It's not just like a list, you need to pay some tax. If you have a special ranch, then you can have agreements,
Yeah,
no?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So Geneva quite high, but, high taxes, but low net, of course. I have another canton which is quite interesting in terms of taxes. Is Neuchâtel. Really beautiful canton. I like it, but you will see here. Yeah, your net is
Even
a bit
worse.
less.
Less, yeah.
5,600. Of course, the rent is not so high than in Geneva, but here we have less net. Less net. This is.
It's negative.
Yeah, if
of
you see
course.
this just this figure, finally you're a bit depressed, no?
Yeah.
You say, I want to live in the Zug or I want to live in Zurich. Yeah, but it's not all about. It's not about the job, about the family, it's about the people that you know, etc.
Yeah, true.
So let's jump to another canton, maybe just for fun. Jura, what is about Jura? Where's Jura? Is it beautiful there or what is there?
It's
Yes.
like quite an like big nature.
Yeah.
Jura.
Yeah,
For hiking,
but
it's
yeah,
perfect.
also
like,
expensive, huh?
yeah, also expensive.
Yeah.
Like not the rental prices, but the
Taxation, yeah.
Taxation.
Taxation. Yeah.
But I think for hiking people, like people who love to be in the nature, that's
Yeah.
a good place to be.
Yeah. Then maybe another Bern. Bern, I think it's also important to see. Where is Bern here? So Bern is also
Not
not that bad, but still
Still.
5.7. Yeah, 5.7 is
we can do better, huh?
is a bit better. What is about
Appenzell.
Appenzell, Innerhorden, Außerhorden? So I don't know,
It's not
6,000. Yeah, it's quite okay. Yeah, and let's see if there's a canton that we forgot. Luzern,
Luzern, yeah. Luzern.
most beautiful city that I like in Switzerland is Luzern. What's about this? Big
Okay.
surprise or not? Well, it's okay. 6,000.
It's okay.
6,000.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Close
So-
to Zurich, huh?
Close to Zurich and interesting also to live. Then we have St. Gallen. I think a lot of
What do you like more, Zurich or Lucerne?
I think for me it's Zurich. I mean, like Luzern is beautiful.
Yeah.
Nothing to say about that, but it's like I think Zurich has a small.
The whole package.
Yeah, the whole.
Yeah.
You have it from everything.
This is true.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw it once. It was like Thursday. We went out in Lucerne in the evening, and after 11,
Yeah.
it was like
Finished.
dead.
That.
Ghost town. Nobody's
Yeah,
outside.
ghost. We got ghosted by the town.
Yeah.
So
But if you see, for example, tourists that come to Switzerland, they stay 2 hours in Zurich and then they go to Lucerne
Lucerne,
directly,
yeah, I
no?
know. Yeah.
Because Zurich has Lucerne has then all the mountains, all the
True
areas
that,
of
true that,
hikings. This is very attractive there. So when I see this, it is very important to look where you need to live and maybe strategically you can adapt a bit. Like you said, Basel-Stadt, you have maybe the work, but you can live in Aargau or Basel-Land
Right.
to economize a bit of your money or to save a bit more. I think this is very important. And on the other side, of course, in some areas, for example, you are, let's say, in Graubünden, of course, you will not, if you are exactly in the city, you will not commute 1-2 hour
Yeah.
Yeah,
or
of
live in
course.
Zurich because the taxation is better. So you need always to be a bit, let's say, conservative in what you select.
Sure.
What we can say, other things about tax, I think it's all.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. You can make here your calculation and maybe just to edit one thing. We saw today the singles is one thing. In the families, it can be really different also.
Way lower.
Yeah.
For example, I checked one time in Basel. We can see this example that we also see the families. Basel city, you are married, one income, let's say. and you have 2 children, or let's say 3 children, and I didn't believe it.
Yeah.
But it's
100
nothing, yeah.
withholding taxes.
It's nothing, yeah.
And when I compare, for example, with Zurich, it's kind of same.
Yeah.
But finally, as we always said, families is not so attractive Switzerland. But when I see this,
Sure.
when you have kids, and of course it's important that
affects
just
a
one
lot.
person works.
Yeah.
This is a bit unfair. Because when you put here 2 incomes, then it looks a bit different.
Of course.
Than you
Yeah.
see here that you have
Still not bad.
still okay.
Still not bad.
Still okay.
Because they calculated like with
Yeah.
that salary, is it possible like for these people
Survive,
to live,
yeah.
to survive,
Yeah.
and then they just lower the taxes.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it's done like quite. I think makes sense.
Yeah.
How they do it.
So bring all your kids.
I want and bring kids
all
or
the
do
kids.
kids, and I want to see here. I think there was one. Yeah, okay, for example, here in Geneva, not attractive at all. For example, Zariva just want singles,
Yeah.
or they want families because they will pay still. But here it's also important to look and to adapt if one person is working only or 2 person. And in Switzerland, usually you say, if one person has a salary, it doesn't make sense that the other person just work for 10-20% because the taxation will destroy
Yeah.
finally
Yeah,
your
yeah.
addition of your salary.
course.
So one working or no marriage.
Yeah.
As
That's
hard
it.
it is.
That's it. That's all it is. And
Just from the perspective of the taxation, of course.
Yeah.
And of course, like if you guys need any calculations, because of course you can also like do a tax declaration in Switzerland.
Yeah.
That your taxation just goes on your declaration and not on the withholding tax. And you can just contact us so we can do a calculation. Either it makes sense in your situation to do the tax declaration
Yeah.
or not.
Yeah.
But we can do it individually. Sometimes you must pay on top, so then it doesn't make sense. But sometimes you get a lot of money back
Yeah.
by the tax department if you do a declaration. So just contact us and then we will calculate it together.
Correctly.
Either it makes sense for you.
Exactly, and this is the point that we will point out right now. It's possible that even you have the B permit, you will pay, of course, the withholding taxes monthly, but because you have some ranches that you overtook or you jumped on this level, for example, 120,000 is like the salary. Yeah. If you have more than 120,000, they will make a recalculation, the canton,
Yes.
and it's not important anymore in which canton you are living, but in the
Village.
village.
Yeah.
Because this is a very important point
Yeah.
because the withholding tax works for the canton.
Yeah.
Once you live in this village, they also calculate your village, so altogether will be the
Yeah.
ordinary tax then.
And that's why Sebastian always said it's like a prepayment that you do with the withholding taxes. At the end, you will have the invoice of money back or a big payment, and this can have huge consequences. So maybe just contact us to see if you select the right maybe village where you want to live. And we need to go through this point because it's very important. I have a lot of surprises that I heard about this.
And maybe a big important point, once you do this, you have to always do it. It's not like you can do it 1 year and next year you can stop it. Okay, the tax declaration, once you choose to do it, then choose wisely, because once you did it, no way back.
Absolutely, yeah. So I hope you like this video about the different views of how much net you will have in the different cantons. Yeah. So if you have questions, you can click on the link below. Give your comments about your question. We will answer every comment, of course. And Masi and Kevin, thank you very much.
Thank you, Anis.
Thank you, Anis.
And we see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.